Hello everyone, this is Ma'am Amano, and this lecture video is all about systems of nonlinear equation. We can define a system of nonlinear equation as a system in which one of the equations is nonlinear. When we talk about nonlinear, it pertains to the equation or the variables of a given equation wherein the exponents of the variable or degrees are in 2 or more than 2, because we also have the linear equations. So the linear equations have their variables raised at 1 only. But here, the equations here are either raised into 2 or 3 or 2 or 3, something like that, for nonlinear. So to find the solution to this system of equations, we need to determine the value of x and the value of y such that when these values are substituted into the equations, they will satisfy both the equations in the system. The solution set to the system may consist of one or more values of x and y, which are the points of intersections or the solutions of the equations or systems in the graph of these equations. A system of nonlinear equation can be solved using the substitution method and the elimination method. So I have here 5 examples for that. For example 1, find the points of intersection of the graphs x squared plus y squared equals 1 and y equals x minus 1. So this is your equation 1 and this is your equation 2. First step, we have to substitute the value of y, which is x minus 1 here, in the equation 1, which is this one. So that will be, this is your equation 1, x squared plus the value of the y in the equation 2, which is x minus 1 here, then squared equals to 1. Then for step 2, we have to expand the power here. We have here 2x minus 1 values. So that will be x squared plus x minus 1 squared equals 1. Then x squared plus, dalawa nito, 2 of this, x minus 1 and x minus 1 equals 1. Then simplify, x squared plus, so x times x, that is x squared, x minus 1, that is negative x, negative 1 times x, that is negative x, and then negative 1 times negative 1, that is positive 1. Then x squared plus x squared, then negative x minus negative x, that is negative 2x plus 1 equals 1. So this is your equation for step 2. Now for step 3, you have to combine the like terms. The equation from step 2 is this one. So x squared plus x squared is 2x squared, then minus 2x, then transpose this one on the right side, negative 1 plus 1, that is 0. This is your equation in step 3. Now for step 4, you have to factor the left side of the equation on this part. So the same variables that we have here is the x and the 2, so that will be 2x times x minus 1, so that is correct. When you multiply that, that is 2x times x, that is 2x squared here. Then 2x times negative 1, that is minus 2x, and then equals to 0. So therefore, this factor is correct. Then let us have step 5. Use the zero product property to get the value of x. So we have to equate these factors here into 0. Then transpose. So 2x equals to 0, equate to 0. Then you can transpose this one since it doesn't have the same term as this one. So that will be 2x equals 0. Then over 2, so that is x equals 0 here. Now, for x minus 1 on the quantity value here, that will be equate that into 0. X minus 1 equals 0. Then transpose, that will become x equals 1. So therefore, the values of x's are 0 and 1. Now, to find the value of y, we have to substitute the values of the x, which are 0 and 1, in equation 2 to solve for, yes, the y. The equation 2 is y equals x minus 1, and if the x is equals to 0, then therefore y equals x minus 1 is substitute x is 0, then minus 1, then y equals negative 1. Then if x is equals to 1, then the x minus 1 here is substitute 1, minus 1, then y is equals to 0. Therefore, the points of intersection are 0 and negative 1. From here, 0, negative 1, and 1 and 0 here. Okay. Now for step 7, we have to check the answers. To check the answers, we have to substitute the points of intersections in equation 1 and equation 2. So let us substitute first this point here. We have to satisfy the equation in equation 1. So we have here x squared plus y squared as our equation 1 equals to 1. The value of your x is 0. The value of your y is negative 1. Substitute 0 squared, that is 0, cancel. Then negative 1 squared, that is 1. 1 equals to 1. So therefore, the equation here is true. Next, substituting 1 and 0 in equation 1. So that will be x squared, which is 1 squared. Then the y squared is 0 squared. Then cancel here. You will have 1 squared is equals to 1 here. So this is true. Now, substituting 0 and negative 1 in equation 2, that will be y equals x minus 1. The value of your y is negative 1 here. And then the value of your x is 0 from here. Then that will be negative 1 equals 0 minus 1. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. Therefore, they are equal. So this is true. Now, substitute 1, 0 in equation 2 to know if the points are correct. So we have here y equals x minus 1. The value of your y is 0. The value of your x is 1. Then that will be 0 equals 1 minus 1. 0 equals 0. Therefore, the equation is true. Okay? Now, I have here another example 2. Find the solutions of the equations x squared minus 2y equals 6 and y equals negative 2x plus 3 using the substitution method. Okay, so this is your equation 1 and this is your equation 2. First step is we have to substitute the value of the y in equation 2, which is negative 2x plus 3, in the y in equation 1. So that will be, this is your equation 1, x squared minus 2y equals 6, x squared minus 2, then the value of the y in equation 2, that is negative 2x plus 3, is equals to 6. Then simplify, x squared, negative 2 times negative 2x, that is positive 4x, negative 2 times 3, that is negative 6, and then equals to 6. Then, transpose the 6 on the left side of the equation since we need to equate the right side or the equation into 0 because we will be factoring that out later. So, negative 6, transpose the 6 on the left side, that will become negative 6, then equals to 0. Negative 6 minus negative 6, it will be negative 12 here. So, this is your new equation. For step 2, we have to factor the left side of the equation. If this is not a perfect square trinomial here, you have to do a trial and error to get the factors. On this case, the factors of x squared plus 4x minus 12 equals 0 is x plus 6 and x minus 2. So, to determine if that is correct, you will be using the FOIL method. So, let us try. X times x, that is x squared. X times negative 2, that is negative 2x. 6 times x, that is positive 6x. And then 6 times negative 2, that is negative 12. So, negative 2x plus 6x, that is plus 4x. So, that is correct. X squared plus 4x minus 12 equals to 0. So, these factors here are correct. Now, for step 3, we have to use again the zero product property to get the value of x. We have to equate each factors into 0, then transpose if mayroong same term. So, on this case, x plus 6 here is equals to 0. Transpose the 6, you will have x equals negative 6. Now, x minus 2 here, transpose the negative 2, equate into 0, then transpose that, you will have x equals to 2. Therefore, the values of your x are negative 6 and 2. Now, we have to find the value of y. To find the value of y, we have to substitute the values here into the equation 2. So, the equation 2 is y equals negative 2x plus 3. So, if x equals to negative 6, then the y equals negative 2x plus 3 will be y equals negative 2. Substitute the x of 6, negative 6 here, plus 3. Negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12 plus 3. 12 plus 3 is y equals 15. Therefore, the value of your y is 15. And then, if x is equals to 2, then the y is equals to negative 2x plus 3, negative 2. Then, substitute 2 here plus 3, negative 2 times 2, that is negative 4 plus 3, that is negative 4 plus 3, that will be negative 1. Therefore, the values or solutions of your nonlinear systems are negative 6 and 15. From here, negative 6 and 15 for your y. And then, 2 and negative 1. From here, 2 and negative 1. Okay? So, to check if the solutions values that we found are correct, we have to substitute those points in equation 1 and equation 2. So to substitute, we have here 6, negative 6 and 15 in equation 1. This is your equation 1. Okay, x squared minus 2y equals 6. The negative 6 for x, this is squared, this one. Okay, and then 2, negative 2 times the 15. So negative 6 squared is 36 positive, minus 2 times 15, that is 30, equals to 6. 36 minus 30, that is 6, is equals to 6. Therefore, the equations here are true. Now, for the substitute 2 and negative 1, this one, in equation 1 as well, to find if this satisfies the equation, we have here x squared minus 2y equals 6. The value of your x is 2. The value of your y is negative 1, so that will be 2 squared, that is 4. Negative 2 times negative 1, that is positive 2 equals 6. 4 plus 2 is 6, so that will be true. Next, we have to substitute negative 6 and 15 in equation 2. Our equation 2 is negative 2x plus 3. So that will be the value of your y is 15, negative 2. Value of your x is negative 6 plus 3. Then 15 is equals to negative 2 times negative 6, that is positive 12, plus 3, that is 15. So this is true as well, or correct. Next, we have to substitute the second set of values, 2 and negative 1, in equation 2 as well. So that is y equals negative 2x plus 3. The value of your y is negative 1 equals to negative 2 times the value of your x is 2 plus 3. And then negative 1, then negative 2 times 2, that is negative 4 plus 3. Negative 4 plus 3, that is negative 1. So here, we have a true equation. Now, another example, we have here example 3, find the points of intersection of the graphs x squared plus y squared equals 13 and x squared y minus y squared equals 5 using the elimination method. This is your equation 1 and this is your equation 2 here. Now, for step 1, we have to eliminate the y squared term by adding the two equations. So, we have to add this, that is the elimination. So, we have to eliminate at least a variable for us to find the value of the x or the y. So, in this case, we can eliminate the value of y since they have the different sign, so it will be equivalent to 0. So, cancel that out. We already eliminated the value of y. So, we add the other terms, x squared plus x squared, that is 2x squared, 15 plus 3, that is 18, and then 2x squared is equals to 18, divide that in the constant term, so that will be cancel. You will have here x squared is equals to 18 divided by 2 is 9. So x squared equals 9. And then get the square root for you to eliminate the variable degree here. So that will be square root of 9 is positive negative 3. Therefore, the value of your x is positive negative 3. Now, we have to find the value of y. And for us to find the value of y, we have to substitute each value of x in one of the equations to solve for y. So I will be substituting that in equation 1. Okay, so substitute x equals 3 and x equals negative 3. So let us start on this one. We have here x equals negative 3. The value of your x is 3 rather. So 3 squared, that is 9, plus y squared equals 13. Then transpose this on the right side. So that will be y squared. 13 minus 9, that will be y squared equals 4. Then eliminate the degree by squaring this one. The square root of 4. You will have y equals positive negative 2. And then we have to find as well the other values of y in terms of its x, which is negative 3 in equation 1. So that will be x squared plus y squared equals 13. And then you will have here negative 3 for the x. And then that will be y squared equals 13. Negative 3 squared is 9. Plus y squared equals 13. Y squared equals 13 minus 9. That will be 4. And then get the square root for you to eliminate here the squared. So, the square root of 4 is positive negative 2. So, the points of intersections here are 3, 2. Okay, 3, 2 from this one, 3. And then 2. Then another 3, then negative 2. Okay, because we have 2 points of y here. And then for x, that is negative 3. Then the value of your 2. Then negative 3 again, then negative 2. Okay, because we have 2 points of y. So therefore, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points, 4 sets of points. Now, for step 3, we have to check if the points are correct by substituting that in any of the equation, but let us have here equation 2. Okay, so substitute 3, 2 from here in equation 2, our equation 2 is x squared minus y squared equals 5. So the value of your x here is 3. The value of your y is 2. Then 3 squared is equals to 9. 2 squared is 4 minus 4 equals 5. 9 minus 4 is 5. Then that is equals to 5. Therefore, this equation is true here, or the points for this equations are true. Now, substitute the 3 and negative 2 in equation 2 as well. So that will be x squared. The value of your x is 3. The value of your y is negative 2, then equals to 5. Negative 3 squared is 9. Then minus negative 2 squared is 4 equals 5. 9 minus 4 is 5 equals to 5. So this is true as well. Then substitute negative 3 and 2. This one, negative 3 and 2 in equation 2. X squared minus y squared equals 5. Negative 3 squared is 9. Negative 2 squared is 4 equals to 5. 9 minus 4 is 5 equals to 5. So this is true as well. Now, for negative 3 and negative 2 in equation 2, we have here x squared minus y squared equals 5. Negative 3 squared, that is 9. Negative 2 squared, that is minus 4 here, equals to 5. So 5 equals to 5. Therefore, this is true as well. Another example, I have here example 4. Find the points of intersection of the graphs of x squared plus xy minus y squared equals negative 5 and y equals x plus 3 using the substitution method. This is your equation 1 and this is your equation 2. First, we have to substitute x plus 3 since that is the value of y for y here, for the y's here in the equation 1. So that will be, this is your equation 1, x squared plus xy minus y squared equals negative 5. Then x squared plus x, then the value of y is x plus 3 minus the value of y here is x plus 3 raised to 2, then equals to negative 5. Then we have to simplify the equation. To simplify the equation, we have here x squared plus x squared, then x times x, that is x squared. X plus 3, that is 3x. And then expand this one, x plus 3, then multiply to another x plus 3. You will have x squared plus 3x, another 3x plus 3x, find method, and then plus 9. So you will have here plus 6x. So that will be minus x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals negative 5. Then simplify that. We have here x squared minus x squared plus 3x minus x squared minus 6x minus 9 equals negative 5. Combine like terms. So we have here a negative x squared and then a positive x squared. So we have to cancel that out. Cancel that since that will equate into 0. Then we also have here, you will be left with x squared and then 3x and 6x. So that will be negative 3x. So you will have here x squared minus 3x. And then transpose this negative 5 inside. Negative 9 plus 5. That will be negative 4. Then 0. So you have here the x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals to 0 in step 2. Now for step 3, we have to factor the left side of the equation. We have here x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals 0. This is not a perfect square trinomial. Okay, so what we need to do is trial and error. We have here x minus 4 and x plus 1. So let us see if this is correct. X squared, then x times 1, that is plus x. Then negative 4 times x, that is negative 4x. The negative 4 plus 1, that is negative 4. So you will have here x minus 4x, that is negative 3x. So you will have x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals to 0 here. Now, for step 4, we have to use the zero product property to get the value of x. So you have to equate these factors here into 0, then transpose. You have here x minus 4 equals to 0, then transpose the 4 on the right side of the equation. We will have here x equals to 4. Then we have here x plus 1, transpose the 1 into the right side of the equation. You will have x equals negative 1. So these are the values of your x. Now, for step 5, you have to substitute the x equals 4 and x equals negative 1 in equation 2 to solve for y, to get the value of y. So you will have here the value of your, or equation 2, which is y equals x plus 3. Then if your x is equals to 4, then y equals x plus 3 will be, substitute x is 4, then here will be 4 plus 3, then 4 plus 3 is y equals 7. Then, if your x is equals to negative 1, then y equals x plus 3 will be y equals negative 1 plus 3. Substitution for negative 1 on x, you will have negative 1 plus 3, that is 2. Therefore, the solutions we have here is 4 and 7. Okay, and then negative 1 and 2 here. So, the next thing that we need to do is to check the answers by substituting the values of x and y in at least equation 1. So, what we need to do is substitute 4 and 7 in equation 1, 4 and 7 in equation 1, which is x squared plus xy minus y squared equals negative 5. Then, the values of your x's are 4, so you will have here 4 squared plus 4 and then times the value of y is 7. 7 minus y squared here, that will be 7 squared, equals negative 5. 4 squared is 16. 4 times 7 is 28. 7 squared is 49. That will be negative 5. Then 16 plus 28 is 44. 44 minus 49 is negative 5. Negative 5 is equals to negative 5. Therefore, the equation here is true. Next, we have here, substitute negative 1 and 2, this one, in equation 1. So, what we need to do here, x squared plus xy minus y squared equals negative 5. So, that will be x is negative 1. Okay, negative 1 here, then y is 2, then y is 2 squared here, then equals to negative 5. Negative 1 squared is 1. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Then 2 squared is 4 minus 4 equals negative 5. So that will be 1 minus 2 minus 4 is negative 5. So therefore, this is true as well. Another example I have here, example 5, solve the following system of equations using the elimination method. This is your equation 1, x squared minus 2y equals 8. Your equation 2 is x squared plus y squared equals 16. Then, what we need to do here, since we can't eliminate either of that, we can thoroughly eliminate, therefore we can find an equation that will hopefully find the values. So, we have to multiply the equation 2, preferably. We will use equation 2. Why? Because it is easier to eliminate since it doesn't have terms on or coefficients on its variables. So, we will be eliminating that by multiplying a negative 1. So, we have to multiply this equation in negative 1. So, we have here, this is your equation 2x squared plus y squared equals 16 multiplied into negative 1. Negative 1 times x squared is negative x squared. Negative 1 times y squared, that is negative y squared. The negative 1 times negative 16 rather, that will be negative 16. This is your equation 3 na. Next thing that we need to do is step 2. We have to add equations 1 and 3, not 2, because we already manipulated the equation 2 for us to eliminate at least a variable. So, we have here now x squared. Align the like variables and like degrees. So, we have here x squared minus 2y equals 8. This is your equation 1. For equation 3, that is negative x squared minus y squared, then equals to negative 16. From this case, we can already cancel the x variables because they are in different signs that will equate in 0. Therefore, we can find here now this one, negative y squared minus 2y equals 8 minus 16, that will be negative 8. And then you will have here now negative, we have to multiply this one into negative 1. Okay, for us to have a positive coefficient on the first term, that must be a positive 1. So, you will have here y squared plus 2y minus 8 equals 0 if you will multiply that into negative 1. Then, we have to factor the left side of the equation for step 3, this one. So, as you can see, this one is not a perfect square trinomial nor a perfect square binomial. So, we have to do a trial and error on this one. So, I have here the factors that I found for this one is the y plus 4 and y minus 2. So, that is y times y, that will be y squared. Y times negative 2, that is negative 2y. Y times 4, that will be plus 4y. Then 4 times negative 2, that will be negative 8. So, we'll have here negative 2y plus 4y, that will be 2y plus 2y. So, therefore, this is correct. These factors are correct. Okay? Okay, the next thing that we need to do is we have to use the zero product property to solve for y. We have to equate these factors into 0 and transpose. We have here y plus 4 equals 0. Transpose the 4 on the right side. That will be y equals negative 4. And then we have here y minus 2 equals 0. Then transpose, that will be y equals 2. Okay? So therefore, the values of y is negative 4 and 2. The next thing that we need to do is substitute the values of y in any of the original equations to get the corresponding value of x. Here, I will be substituting the values of y in equation 1. So, I have here y equals negative 4. okay, for equation 1. And then that will be x squared minus 2y equals 8 for the equation 1. This is the original equation. In finding the values of the y or x, you have to use the original equation. So we have here equation 1, x squared minus 2y equals 8. The value of y is negative 4. X squared minus 2, then the value of y is negative 4 times negative 4 equals 8. X squared plus negative 2 times negative 4, that is positive 8 equals 8. Then, transpose this one, 8 minus 8, that is 0. Then, therefore, x equals to 0. Square root of 0 is 0. Then, for substitute y equals 2 in equation 1, we have here x squared minus 2y equals 8. X squared minus 2, value of y is 2 equals 8. X squared, negative 2 times 2, that is negative 4 equals 8. Then, x squared equals 12. Then, square root of 12, for you to cancel this 2, you have to find the square root of this 1 is positive negative 2 square root of 3. This is the value of your x here. So therefore, the points of intersection are, we have here, for x is 0 and negative 4. And then, we have the value of your x, dalawa yan, positive at negative. So we have here first the positive 2 square root of 3, and then 2, and then the negative of this one, negative 2 square root of 3, and then the 2 here. So this is the points of intersection. Next, we have to check. Okay, to check, let us substitute the x and y values in equation 2. Okay, so substitute 0 and negative 4. Pwede mo substitute sa value ng equation 1, okay lang naman. But here, I prefer using equation 2. So we have here 0 and negative 4. Okay, so x squared plus y squared equals 16. This is your original equation. And then 0 squared plus negative 4 squared equals 16. Then 0 plus 16 equals 16. 16 plus equals 2, 16. Therefore, this is true. On the other hand, we have here 2 square root of 3 and 2 in equation 2. So that will be substitution. X squared, 2 square root of 3 squared plus the y squared is 2 squared equals 16. 2 square root of 3 squared is 12. 2 squared is 4 equals 16. 12 plus 4 is 16, 16. So, correct. Now, substitute the negative 2 square root of 3 in 2 in equation 2. So, we have here negative 2 square root of 3 squared, that is 12, plus 2 squared is 4. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 is equals to 16. Therefore, this is also correct. So, that is all for the understanding of the systems of nonlinear equations.